Jan, ich bin's wieder, Kesuna Hara, hier mit meinem Let's Play von Felix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Und ja, beim letzten Mal haben wir es zwar geschafft, den ersten Verhandlungstag erfolgreich abzuschließen, aber dafür wurde Apollo während dieser Zeit verprügelt. Ach, der arme Kleine. Und jetzt gilt es daran, ja, weiterzumachen mit dem nächsten Verhandlungstag, und wir hoffen mal, dass sich da jetzt eine Lösung ergibt. Ach, was rede ich da? Natürlich ergibt sich eine Lösung. Mein Gott, ey. Also dann, 18. Dezember, 9:50 Uhr, District Court, Courtroom Number 5. Trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say, I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. Du kriegst dafür ein Zitronenbonbon der Schande. Beschande! I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the rooms of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice assault. Du blöder Wichser! Du blöder Wichser! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault of Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Okay, danke. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although considering our conversation yesterday. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Wenn man davon spricht, yeah. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Marino! Beefy, ich meine Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand.
No, sie hustet wieder. I'm so sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the roots of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. Okay, neue Zeugenaussage. Ach man, das arme Mädchen wird hier überhaupt nicht in Ruhe gelassen. So ein Scheiß! During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom rooms together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo! Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man! I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature.
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out.
But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing, kind of something, I think.
Ooh! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed.
Oh, yes. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
What lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never... Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins.
What on earth?
Ach du Scheiße. Aber wir wissen ja von älteren Teilen, dass nichts so ist, wie es scheint. Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us.
It's written in blood! V-O-O-D-S? Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Da muss was gefaked sein, eindeutig. Apollo würde sowas nicht schreiben. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in the courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police.
Das ist scheiße.
Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing here.
Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Kreuzverhör. Alone with Apollo. Zum Glück nicht alone in the dark. Na dann. Zuallererst müssen wir etwas angreifen. Und zwar das da. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the head of the moment. Wright. He was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see?
And Phony Fancy has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Wright. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Rainy in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god.
Nicht zu vergessen, dass es ja eben von dem Gott abgeleitet ist. Apollo. Oh, wait. Get the point. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods.
Yes.
Apollo started looking for Wright near the witness stand, where there was no rubble.
Okay, und in diesem Ding können wir jetzt wieder was wunderschönes präsentieren. Wo haben wir das denn? Nämlich gucken wir uns mal hier die Details an. Von wegen near the witness stand, wo es keinen Schutt gibt. Und was ist da bitte schön vor dem Dings?
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo.
Aber hart!
What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do.
But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright.
Jesus! True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Ja, da hilft auch nicht mal Mut oder Freundlichkeit. I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Ugh. Great. Now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know?
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best.
I called slander, Your Honor!
So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Jetzt gibt's eben 2 Fotos.
Och Mann.
Huh? What's that hunk of metal on the wheels?
Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Junaid's bomb transport case?
That's right. Is there some problem?
Oh yes, the transport case was there in courtroom number 4 where the bomb went off. I must have been there ever since.
That's it!
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means, in that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about. Halt's Maul! Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What?
Well, that certainly sounds really relevant indeed. And you sound as tough, as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack.
Yes, Your Honor. This diagram presents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Ein bisschen mehr nach rechts war das doch, ja? In diesem Fall? Friss das, Schlampe! Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault.
But that's...
inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes! Yes, that's where it was!
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court had noted an interesting fact about this position.
The transport case covers up the writing in blood!
Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying. Halt's Maul! The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone. What? And where is this proof you're talking about? Ich muss gerade mal meine Augen. It's right here in the crime photo.
I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault?
Das wäre in diesem Fall... Moment, gleich habe ich's. Einmal ein Blick auf die Bandagen von Apollo. Friss das! Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here.
I see it! But what is it?
Marks was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! Gegeben, bitch! You did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off! A biter, Entschuldigung. Yep, that shouldn't bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction!
Ah, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that, bitch! Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Ach, Athena, mach die Situation doch nicht kaputt.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
If Mr. Justice didn't leave this matches in blood, then who did it?
Huh? What? Oh. Stimmt. Wer war das jetzt eigentlich? Ist doch eigentlich offensichtlich, aber wir müssen das offensichtlich ja mal wieder zeigen, weil die... Ja. Spiele eben. NPCs sind zu blöd. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen. Das war's von meinerseits. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. See ya, guys!